Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. You are watching People in Entertainment Weekly's Oscars Red Carpet Recap. I'm Jeremy Parsons.
And I'm Andrea Boehlke. It was quite the night, from the glamorous looks to the big wins. It was a great show, and we have some amazing guests helping us break down all the fashion that the stars had to offer on Hollywood's biggest night. Joining us are People's Style and Beauty Director Andrea Laventhal and People.com editor Zoe Bruderman. How are you ladies doing?
Guys.
Great to see you guys.
Still awake somehow.
Still awake, still going, turning the night away, and now we're breaking it all down. Also joining us, our special guest host, Makone Lovu, and People's senior TV editor, Brianne Heldman. Hey, guys.
Hi. Good morning, guys.
Hey.
It's good to see you both. Welcome back to you both. We'll be getting to you in just a bit, but first, let's talk about some fashion. It's what everyone's been reeling about since that carpet.
We're going to get more in depth later in the show, talk all the trends we saw last night. But first, tell me which stars really stood out to you on the carpet. Let's start with you, Zoe.
Let's see. I really loved Regina King. I thought she looked incredible. She's been looking great all awards season. And then Gemma Chan. How can we not talk about her? I just want to stare at photos of her all day.
Well, there are a lot of them.
And Andrew, what about you?
A little upcoming star named Jennifer Lopez really captivated me last night. And an equally newcomer, Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
I mean, those ladies, wow.
I think they might be huge. I'm calling it
Huge.
right now.
Yeah.
I loved Laura Harrier. She's been like killing the red carpet game. I thought she was so beautiful. Also wearing an eco-friendly dress, which I think is really cool. And Constance Wu, she just looks like a princess all the time. I thought she was amazing in that yellow dress.
For me, besides all the guys, I'm going to say I'm right on board with you. J-Lo completely stole the show, not only on the carpet, but then when she was on stage presenting. I mean, it was unbelievable. All those mirrors. Look at it. Look at that. That was just stunning. It was literally reflective. There was light coming off of it. And I also love Charlize Theron. I thought it was a different look. And I'm gonna say that I loved her hair and like the accoutrement.
The accoutrement.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
even more,
didn't
the
recognize
necklace.
her at first. It's a very different look for her, but
So
I
I'm
loved it.
right on board with you. But let's go to Makone and Brianne. We want to hear your takes. What do you guys both think?
Oh my God, so many good looks. Brianne, I'll start with you.
I was all about the dudes.
Okay.
Billy Porter had such an epic moment in that Christian Siriano tuxedo gown.
Slayed it.
Amazing.
Yep.
And then Jason Momoa crushed it with his wife, Lisa Bonet, and then he crushed it and had me fangirling and shipping with Helen Mirren.
You weren't the only one. We all were just like going crazy over him. He's so hot. Okay.
Hashtag Mo Mirren.
Hashtag Mo Mirren. I like that. All right, here were my two favorite looks. I loved Lady Gaga. Oh my Gaga. She looked incredible. I mean, just look at that. She looks like a star, darling. And then I also loved Kendall Jenner. She looked incredible at the Vanity Fair party. That slit, how low, how high can you go? When you got it, flaunt it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she really, really looked incredible. All right, let's toss things over. We've gotten this party started now, and we're still missing something. Andrea Boehlke, can you do the honors, please?
Yes, of course. Okay, if we're going to be talking about fabulous fashion moments and the stars, we have to have some bubbly. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. I know.
Drink lightly, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Very early, not much food in the system. Also have to cheers to Regina King. Her first Oscars win for Best Supporting Actress. Can we, I mean, yes, right? Like, what a great moment. She spoke backstage about the experience of accepting the award. Take a listen to this.
So much of the character Shannon Rivers was mapped or inspired by my mother and my grandmother. So to have her there, my family was there, my sister Raina, my son Ian were there. They're both here tonight, and it goes by so fast, and you want to thank so many people, and your mind just goes blank. And, you know, my mom was like the lighthouse right there, and just everything.
So happy for her.
Yeah, she's incredibly genuine. When she was on stage, my wife and I were watching, we loved her words, and my wife was like, she looks amazing, loved the dress. Makone and Brianne, what are your thoughts on Regina's big win?
Oh my God, I loved her speech as well. That speech when she talked about God leaning into the favor of her life, that was incredible. She looked, and it's a long time coming. She should have been gotten it. What do you think, Brianne?
I think Regina King is one of those actresses you can count on. She is amazing in absolutely everything. And of course, she's been honored at the Emmys a number of times now, but it's wonderful to see her getting her due at the Oscars. She's incredible, and she's so well-spoken. She's someone that's really easy to root for.
She is. You gotta love her, and she looked phenomenal. We're gonna get to that in a second. She looked incredible last night.
Well, and Regina also acknowledged the women who came before her and how they've helped her throughout her career. So take a look at this.
I feel like I've had so many women that have paved the way, are paving the way. And I feel like I walk in their light, and I also am creating my own light. And there are young women that will walk in the light that I'm continuing to shine and expand from those women before me. You know, I'm blessed and highly favored.
All right, we're back. That was Regina King, who I think made a lot of people tear up last night, not only on stage, in that backstage moment. It was the first ceremony, by the way, also, with no host since 1988.
I thought it was great.
I didn't miss it at all. I loved how
know.
they integrated other people, saved times a little bit. What did you guys think about that?
I thought it worked out really well. I will say, when Tina and Amy and Maya walked on stage and they did that little opening number, I was like, please, can you guys just stick around and host the rest of this thing?
Yeah,
but I
they were
totally
funny.
agree. Once we got, you know, a few minutes in, I didn't even remember that there was supposed to be a host and that we didn't have one. I
Same.
thought it worked really well.
Well, I thought for those three ladies, they should definitely be there for next year, right?
I mean, I feel like they were putting in their job application.
Yes.
for next
But also, how nice to just have a great sketch, and then that's it, and we move on to other stuff.
Totally.
I thought they nailed it with that.
It wasn't as gimmicky.
Yeah,
you know?
they can kind of do the best stuff, and then that's it.
I loved it.
It also meant that it ended by 11:20. It wasn't like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, let's
Yeah,
get
let's
on
wrap it
with
up
it.
here.
Well, on top of that, definitely some fashion moments we will not forget anytime soon. So let's start with Awkwafina. You have to love what Awkwafina pulled off yesterday. Her outfit was amazing, but also we're talking about one of her accessories, her clutch, which also doubled as a flask. That's what I'm talking about. She was clearly not hiding the fact either. She was spotted taking sips from the bedazzled clutch on the red carpet. Even told reporters, that's tequila. What do you make of this
Fully on brand
accessory?
for her, right?
I mean, #1 red carpet accessory. Really hard to argue with a flask clutch.
I'm just going to predict that that happens a lot more often in the upcoming seasons of award season.
If it were me, it would be a snack clutch.
Well, you know, Gemma
Take a
Chan.
bite out of it?
Gemma Chan had cookies in her dress, in her pockets.
That's the benefit of pockets. Yeah, she looked beautiful. This was D-squared, her suit. And again, you know, everyone just wants to talk about the flask, but it was cool. It was a cool moment. She's a cool chick.
It was her first time there at the Oscars, first time presenting as well. Really funny stuff she did with John Mulaney on stage with that presentation. I love this whole thing. Melissa McCarthy also, guys, decided to turn up the style for the Vanity Fair after party, arriving in an Adidas tracksuit with matching Nike sneakers. This is the way I think I would go after a big night where you're all kind of like stuffy the whole night.
What do you make of this?
I love it. I mean, this is what the moment everyone waits for when you get off the red carpet. Like, we've both been there and we're like, how many more minutes till we can go back to the hotel and put on leggings? And I feel like they were like, we're going to a party, but we're going to do it anyway.
I just don't know why we didn't wear that today.
I came in, I
You
was
deserve
wearing
it.
it, but then I saw you wearing this and I changed.
It was cool because she was matching with her husband. I feel like not a lot of people can pull it off, but Melissa McCarthy's one of those people, right?
It's like, hey, been there through award season, done the whole thing. Mako and Brienne, what were your thoughts on that? The whole Adidas tracksuit look at the party.
I love it. Go comfortable, right? You've had a long night in those heels. It's time to kick off and relax, and we're putting on some tracksuits.
And
What do you think, Brienne?
I love them as a couple. I love that they did that together. It's totally on brand and dreamy, and I'm right there with you guys. I wish I was wearing that.
That's
right
what we're doing after the show. We're taking off our dresses and putting on those tracksuits.
pretty close.
It makes it easier to dance too, right?
Of course,
like get
yeah.
loose. So there's obviously going big, then there's going really big. So check out this 42-pound dress that Glenn Close wore. 4 million beads on this. What did you guys think of this?
I think she looked like an Oscar, so people were hoping she would win just because of her outfit alone. I can't understand how it was 42 pounds. It's like a child, literally.
A large child.
Yeah, it kind
Yeah.
of wrapped into a tuxedo-like bodice, had a long sparkly cape. Zoe,
Who
did you love
counted
this?
the 4 million beads?
I feel like this is a dress you wear when you're like, I'm gonna win tonight.
Yeah.
And so it felt like, you know, this is her night. She's gonna be up on stage. She's gonna be holding the matching gold Oscar, and it didn't happen. So it felt like a letdown. She looked happy though. I felt like, you know, this has been a big award season.
After
for her.
lugging around a 42-pound dress, she deserved the pantsuit afterwards, right?
She
Like the
should've been wearing
jogger.
that tracksuit, yeah.
And that moment when Olivia Colman was on stage and referenced her and said, "This is not how I wanted it to happen," or
I
whatever. That was the best
know.
moment of the entire show to me.
Well, and Olivia Colman's speech in general
Yes.
was my favorite moment
The
of
best.
the night.
Yeah.
You just want to be her best friend.
It was so genuine. It was so great.
I hope Glenn got like a hit off of Awkwafina's clutch.
Yeah, because everyone was thinking that Glenn was
Yeah.
going to win. It was kind of a
sat
bummer,
next to her.
but it was nice to see Olivia win.
Mako, Brienne, yeah, I hear you laughing over there. What thoughts on the Glenn Close look?
Oh, absolutely. I'm betting that happened. I think Andrea is spot on. But that dress was beautiful. And the fact that it
was.
weighed 42 pounds, it just looked stunning on the carpet.
I
What
want
did
to
you
know
think?
how many pounds she lost having worn it all day.
Yeah.
because that was a workout.
It was a workout.
But she did change into a pantsuit with like a chiffon cape for the after parties, and she had earned that.
There's a theme here. You got to get comfortable for the after party so you can get down.
You know Glenn Close kind of rug. You know.
Like Coco.
Yeah.
She's all class. We love her. Let's move on to this. A really beautiful moment of the night. A lot of people talking about this today. Selma Blair walking her first red carpet, or press line at least, since her MS diagnosis. She arrived at that Vanity Fair Oscars party wearing a pink, mint green, ice blue, and black dress while carrying a custom cane to support her movement throughout all of this. She got very emotional at some point during it. It was a big moment for the entire night as far as the after party.
Yeah, she was talking about her custom cane, and she said, "This is love." She had this made for the event with her monogram and a real pink diamond. And then she got very emotional. She cried on the carpet. I thought it was such a special moment. What did you guys make of this?
It really was. You know, she's been so open about what she's going through, and it was really nice to see her out there and being so open with her emotions. I have to say, everyone in the newsroom started to tear up when they saw this.
People were reporting that some of the paparazzi there who are known to be very aggressive when it comes to, you know, stars arriving, yelling at them, whatever, were very supportive of her, and were even kind of applauding her throughout that whole process. She's previously said that on social media, going out in general, being sociable at all, is she pays a heavy price for it. It's very difficult for her to do. So really a bold, brave statement there. She's also got this Netflix show, Another Life, coming up. And she's talked about how that cast and crew have really supported her through everything. So it's not holding her back. She's out there and she's making statements for her movement. It's really impressive.
Yeah, it was great to see her out there and looking great. The dress is beautiful, and so we're hoping to see her out in public more.
Yeah, Mako and Brienne talked to us some about the scoop on the hottest couples from last night as we move forward.
It's getting hot in here. Ooh, okay, so there were some hot looks on the carpet, but what made things really, really hotter were all the couples. Let's start it off with Bradley Cooper. He didn't take home an Oscar, but at least he had his girlfriend, Irina Shayk, on his arm. Brienne, what did you think about the two of them?
They looked so cute together, and they of course looked even cuter because on Bradley's other arm was his mother, so that was a dreamy trifecta. And Irina was cheering the loudest for Bradley during his performance of Shallow with Lady Gaga. She immediately stood up. Bradley was very open about having been nervous, and it was clear that Irina really was there for him.
She was support. I mean, the chemistry between Gaga and Bradley on stage, it was electric. So she's a good girlfriend. She was there cheering on.
She gets it.
She gets it. This is a business. All right. Speaking of business, J-Lo and A-Rod are always in the business, serving couple goals. They looked exceptional last night.
I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't even see A-Rod.
You didn't see him?
No, he was not there. All I saw was sparkling, shining, mirrored Tom Ford amazingness.
It was a different dress for J-Lo. We're used to, you know, sort of seeing a leg out or something out, but this was totally covered, right? And so she was totally covered. And then she switched over for the Vanity Fair party. What did you think about both looks?
I thought even the party dress was chic and cool, but I'm not over the...
You're not over the mirror dress?
No.
The Tom Ford?
Nope.
Okay, it did it. Jeremy and Andrea, what did you guys think? Because Brienne is not over the Tom Ford outfit. What did you guys think?
I mean, J-Lo there's no words. She looks absolutely incredible. And those two, I think, I mean, they're just so cute together.
Yeah.
Do we see any pictures of him taking pictures of her, though?
Well,
That's what I'm always looking for on the
what
carpet.
happened? There was a really cute moment where she was doing her solo shots in that setting, and then she called him over, and it's almost like he started like tapping his jacket as though he thought she was saying, "Hey, get the phone out." I don't know if that was the case or not.
What did you guys think of both looks?
They looked amazing. I thought she looked like the J-Lo-iest J-Lo she could be. It was so her. She, like, her hair, her makeup, the dress. It was all incredible, and they just look so happy together that you can't help but be excited to see them on the red carpet.
Andrea, what do you think?
He could check his teeth in her dress. You know? Like, he could just lean over and look and be like, "Oh no, I'm not being fresh. I'm just checking my appearance," you know? And then, of course, for the Vanity Fair, we were saying she changed, and that dress was Zuhair Murad, and it was just as spectacular. I mean, I think there's like a special place in fashion for J-Lo dresses. Like, nobody else can have them because only J-Lo can wear them.
To me, I'm always like, okay, she's made these big statements so many times before. How's she gonna top it this time? And then she walks out, and there it is.
Wow, every time you see her.
I worry about this, but I worry about it.
Do you?
I'm like, what if she lets us down? But I should know better by now. J-Lo doesn't let us down. She delivers every single carpet because designers like Tom Ford want to dress her in creations like that.
Sure.
And then creations like that.
And Mako, you have even more on J-Lo and A-Rod.
Yes, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? J-Lo, right? Yeah, I think they looked incredible. And of course, I do love, as you mentioned, the social media aspect, that A-Rod captioned a photo and he wrote, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's got the hottest date of them all? He's got it. He definitely won last night. So, Brianne, I think we're in favor of this couple. We like it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're into it. We're into it. Something else, another couple that we're into, the newlyweds. Oh, you gotta love Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. What did you think of their
These
look?
two make me so happy. I can't even really explain it, but they both look so stunning in black and chic, and they've grown up together. They've been together so long that when they got married, it really gave me so much joy, and seeing them happy together on the red carpet just continued that.
Yes, they looked incredible. I really love the fact that we didn't see her on the carpet, but we saw her here at Vanity Fair, that plunging neckline and with the jewels. Oh my God, she looked incredible.
That's been her thing all award season. Every show she has worn this kind of blazer look or this huge open plunging neckline.
Yes.
It's been a thing.
It wins. I mean, why not win? Why not keep winning? Looks incredible. All right, another couple that me and you can't get enough of.
No.
Do we need a second? Let's pause. Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet were both just really pretty in pink. I loved the fact that they were matching. I mean, how hot does he look?
So hot, but this was such a magical look because it was actually Fendi. It was custom made to match together, designed by Karl Lagerfeld.
May he rest in
peace.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't talk about these two without talking about the scrunchie.
Yes, they're gonna get to the scrunchie in a second. They're gonna go down a full recap. But the scrunchie has its own brand. It is a Fendi.
Yes.
I love that. So again, Jason posted on Instagram, he wrote, love you, wifey, hashtag pink on pink. Well, you know what they say, Brianne? Real men wear pink, right?
Amen.
Isn't that right? Amen to that. Are you guys saying amen to that as well? All right. Now let's move on from the hottest couples to the most stylish men. You know, Brianne and I could talk about that on and on, but we're gonna let Jeremy and Andrea take it away.
Talk about that, but we want to hop back to Jason real quick. Jason
have
and
to
Lisa,
keep talking
a bit
about him.
what their whole look and the scrunchy thing. I can't get over it. I don't know if I'm on board or not, but I guess I appreciate that men are trying new things to change it up. There's only so much we can do.
I love it so much. What do you ladies think about the scrunchie and his look in general?
I loved it. I thought it was so him. Jeremy, I'm very disappointed to see that you don't have a scrunchie on.
Oh, yeah, right. Then I don't have it on. I'm not against it. I just haven't acquired one yet. If someone, whoever that designer is, can send one over, I'll sport it. It just, the amazing thing about him is he's this rough, gruff guy, right? But he manages to show up at the Oscars with all the accessories and everything else in pink, pulls it off. It's almost like the counter-programming of the outfit against the backdrop of him is this really great
scrunchie on
moment.
the tattooed arms, so it's a very interesting dynamic. Andrea, what do you think?
I think come spring, summer, we're just gonna see men everywhere with scrunchies on their wrists, wearing pink, just really like getting in touch with a more feminine side. No, we're not gonna see that at all, you guys. This is just him.
I'm also
you really don't think that it's gonna inspire? Oh.
I mean, he has a lot of hair. This is like practical.
Like at some
what
point,
if he had to wash his hair?
to go back up into it.
In general, I want scrunchies to come back. Do you ladies? I love the scrunchies.
I never went away.
They're back.
I kind of did. Are they officially back?
Oh,
you guys know what you're
I
talking
wore
about.
one to work this morning, but then the hair too.
Okay, so scrunchies are officially back, so.
Speaking of hair, can we bounce back to Liam and Miley? Liam Hemsworth, Miley Cyrus, showing up looking great.
Jeremy's obsessed with her hair.
Well, I had an observation that I thought was poignant, and that is that her hair is much like the wet, fresh out of the shower look that Kim K often sports. Do you agree?
This is mermaid hair.
Mermaid hair,
This
as
is a trend.
it's called. Okay.
It is a very, as we call it, editorial trend, meaning it looks good in magazines and it looks good on the red carpet. If you try this in real life, you might just look like you're walking around with a wet head all day with lots of gel.
Okay.
But it's very cool.
So it's good for
different.
stars to do in this kind of environment, not great for the average person to do when they're going to work.
It's a night out look. This is not an all day look, because to maintain the look, it's difficult.
Okay.
But yes, I think I'm so glad that you noticed.
Well, it's also nice to see him doing well. He was having some health issues, and she was going to carpets, tended to be there in place of him. So it's nice to see them back on the carpets together and looking great.
Yeah, she was at his premiere in his place, and by the way, made huge statements doing that as well. So she's been on a bit of a fashion run these days.
All right, the next outfit is, I love this. So probably the most talked about look of the night. Let's talk Billy Porter. We kind of mentioned him earlier, but you know Billy from Pose and American Horror Story. He hosted the ABC pre-show. He wore this show-stopping Christian Siriano velvet tuxedo gown. Ladies, I have to know your thoughts on this.
He was one of the first people to step out on the red carpet last night, and I feel like it just set the tone for the night. The people were having fun, it was celebratory. Twitter went crazy over this, and it was just so nice to see him having fun and kind of sashaying around. I thought it was great.
I think it kind of detached or something too, because during the actual ABC pre-show, it looked more like pants underneath it and not the full gown. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Andrea, what do you think?
I didn't see the parts come apart, so I can't confirm nor deny. But I can tell you that they only had a week to put this together.
Really?
Which is like 10 seconds in fashion time, and Christian Siriano pulled it off. And I think this is the ultimate fashion challenge, to kick back to Siriano's Project Runway days, to have a week to put together a tuxedo ball gown. It's not like there's a template for this.
So is it like a week, a week before he decides this is what he wants to do?
Yeah, I think they're probably, talking, and he's like, you know what? I want to wear a ball gown, but also a tux.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not going to be able to fly in. I think he made a comment on the red carpet saying that his stylist assistant had to stand in at one point for fittings. So again, I can't confirm or deny, but I'm happy to spread the rumor.
He also tweeted. He also tweeted about it. He said, "When you come to the Oscars, you must dress up."
He did.
And Christian Siriano said, "We can't just do a tuxedo. It has to be a moment. I don't think any man has ever worn a gown on the Oscars red carpet
Right?
before."
I think that's true.
And if you didn't know him before, people will know him now, and that obviously was the point, to get people talking, and here we are talking.
And in terms of performance, his job on the pre-show was fantastic. He was so funny. Every time they came to him, he would toss down. He's like, "Let's see what the children are serving up down the carpet." It was so great. He was entertaining the whole way through.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift a little bit here. Michael B. Jordan, who, if you remember, he rocked a Louis Vuitton harness at the SAG Awards. We were kind of crazy about that backstage. At the Oscars, he went a little more reserved, this blue velvet look. Tom Ford, what do we think of this look, ladies?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to look past anything but his face. Sorry to objectify you, Michael B. Jordan. You're so handsome. Your mom, you did a wonderful job, Mama Jordan. But he looked, I thought, so chic. The blue velvet, it wasn't even like a dark navy blue where you kind of can't tell. This was blue. And it's Tom Ford, and he's a stylish man.
I will say, I was surprised that we didn't see any of the harnesses. It felt like it had some momentum. Someone was going to try it. Someone was probably not going to pull it off.
I was going to eventually.
Wait, can you please try it?
I'll try it one day.
Can you please?
But does that mean that the trend died after the SAG Awards?
I don't think so. We might still see it, but I thought maybe JD would wear it.
Right? Someone on the carpet.
He looks great, though. All right, let's talk Rami Malek. So he may not have worn velvet last night. He did have quite a night, taking home his first ever Oscar. I love him so much. He took home the Oscar for Best Actor as Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. He wore this classic look, custom three-piece Saint Laurent by Anthony Vaccarello. What did you guys think of this look?
I was surprised that he didn't do something more statement-making. He's been known all award season to really experiment with color and patterns and different silhouettes. So I thought it was interesting that he went classic. I mean, he looks really handsome and comfortable. I was glad that Gaga adjusted his.
It's still, I saw pictures though, like kind of a meme of like there's 3 different actors that adjusted his bow tie, and it's still a little crooked.
Lucy, I feel like she was sleeping on her job here.
I'll tell you, every time I wear a bow tie, that happens to me, so I feel his pain there. Also, speaking of feeling his pain, Rami took a fall at the show. He was later treated by paramedics. This was after the show was off. Apparently, he was back up on stage, tumbled down. You see the photos there. Paramedics came, and it was a little bit of an ordeal, but he's okay.
Did you say he gave a kiss to one of the paramedics?
There were reports that at the end of it, he gave a little smooch on the cheek to the paramedic. So
God, I wish I was a paramedic.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we're glad that he's okay.
But the good news is there were photos of him at the after party. He was like opening bottles of champagne.
He was fine.
He was partying.
He did.
He's okay.
He was in the press room afterwards. He was totally fine. Maybe it was precautionary. I don't know.
Well, we've interviewed him a few times after the SAG Award win and everything, and he's so gracious. So I was so happy to see him win.
And I don't think a tumble off the stage is going to take away any momentum for him.
No.
This was his night, and he loved it. Another noteworthy look of the night, Spike Lee rocked the purple, right?
Yeah.
All the way from the hats, the glasses, the suit. I like the purple.
Yeah, it was in honor of Prince. He was wearing the symbol. What did you guys make of this?
He was there to have fun. I mean, he was like, this could be my night. Yeah, it was great. And I loved the love and the hate rings that he was wearing. It was a nice message.
Yeah, now Spike won last night for Best Adapted Screenplay for BlacKkKlansman, making him an Oscar winner for the first time. He was on cloud 9, was definitely feeling himself a bit. He was asked backstage about his reaction to Green Book winning for Best Picture, so here's a bit of that exchange.
Can you give us your thoughts on that Best Picture win?
Let me take another sip. Next question.
We're gonna come down here.
Wait a minute. What reaction did you see? What did I do? No, I thought it was courtside at the Garden. The ref made a bad call. Whoa.
Yeah, so Spike Lee's referencing having courtside tickets for the Knicks. He wasn't too happy about it, kind of threw his hands up. There were some reports of that. But anyway, he had fun backstage.
Mako and Brienne, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm channeling Spike Lee right now. Those are my thoughts on that. I'm leaving it to Brienne. Brienne, what were your thoughts on that?
On Spike himself, I love Spike's joy, and I also think that he was being honest. And we don't always see that, certainly not at the backstage of an Oscars where someone is asked a question about something controversial. We usually see them dance around it, and Spike literally did dance around, but he did make his point known.
He kept it so real, and that's what we love about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we completely agree. Spike, he made his point. He also kept things light throughout the whole night.
He was having
he had fun with
fun.
it. Look, he walked away with an Oscar, well-deserved. We've been talking about, guys, some individual looks so far. There were a few trends that brought our favorite celebs together on the red carpet. First up, we saw a lot of pink.
Yeah.
Should have been a pink carpet. Were we expecting pink as the standout color?
I mean, I'm just going to say yes and make myself look really authoritative.
Okay,
yes,
right.
I knew this was going to happen. Well, every season there seems to be one color that dominates, and you're like, how did everybody get the memo? But it happens, and it was pink, and it was beautiful. We're calling it power pink.
Oh, I like that.
People,
Okay.
because the women looked really powerful in it. This wasn't like little girl pink. This was like woman pink.
I think pink's a strong color.
It is.
I love it. Zoe, what did you think?
I love it too. I always like pinks. I like red. I like whenever there's a lot of color on the red carpet. I was glad that it wasn't a lot of sort of staid, boring black dresses. And I thought all of these dresses were pretty badass too.
Yes.
Like you said, these weren't like little girl princess dresses. These were like strong, badass princess
Statement.
dresses.
Also, wasn't all about the front of the dress. There's a lot of skin showing from the back. What do we think of all the open backs?
I love a party in the back dress when it's covered up front. Charlize really was probably the most stunning of all in her Dior.
Agree.
And Irina in the Burberry. They were the lowest you can go without being a little X-rated. It looked beautiful. It's great. You can pose from the front and then you can pose from the back.
They all had the poses down.
Oh,
They
yeah.
rocked it.
We'll have to practice that.
Mako and Brienne, you have 2 more trends to hit. Take it away, ladies.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's move on with a very popular fabric, tulle. Brienne and I are fans of tulle. But how do you keep it tasteful? What did you think of all the tulle looks we saw last night?
I loved them. I felt like they looked so airy. They looked fun. These are ones that had a lot of ruffle and a lot of layers, but they still don't feel heavy. They don't feel fussy. They feel like you could sit in them and not be miserable.
Yeah. Yeah, Casey Musgraves looked like pageant material last night.
Yes.
She looks like a winner, no miscongeniality. Okay, so while we were all fascinated by the gowns and suits, we saw statement jewelry as well, and maybe the most OMG Gaga moment, that $30 million. Tell me about it.
I'm gaga for this moment. This Tiffany diamond that Lady Gaga was wearing was so breathtaking. It was so massive. It was worn during Breakfast at Tiffany's, right?
1962 was the last time they wore it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that she kind of wore black. She kept her hair up. She wasn't going crazy with the other parts of her look so that your eye went right to that bling.
Oh, I love the bling. Okay, back to more bling and personalities. Jeremy and Andrea, bling away.
Do bunnies count as bling? I don't know.
This is my favorite part of the whole show. Melissa McCarthy spoofed the favorite. It was so hilarious. So many people are tweeting about this. The dress was ordained with dozens of plush bunnies. I mean, if you watch the movie, it prominently features some bunnies. It was over-the-top multicolored dress with pants underneath, white boots. What did you think of this whole thing?
It was my favorite part of the show too. I was laughing so hard at this, and she delivered it so well.
Absolutely perfect.
It was like, she just has such a great sense of humor, such great delivery. I was dying, and when she took off her hat, I almost lost my mind.
And one of the bunnies was a puppet too. But
The train of bunnies is epic. Andrea, what did you
We
think?
need moments like this because the show goes through all different kinds of emotions. We have these dramatic, sad moments. We have these really happy, over-the-top, like people being grateful. So we need the humor, and she brought it, and she did such a good job with it. I loved it.
Especially when you don't have a host, you want to see moments like this where you're like, oh, okay, you're filling that void that I might have felt.
Yeah. All right, we talked about this before, but we have to talk about this again. Jason Momoa and Helen Mirren make the cutest on-screen couple. They were so cute together. Twitter went wild with suggestions for them to star in a rom-com. Even Cher chimed in saying she would 100% watch a rom-com featuring the two.
If Cher said it might happen.
What do you think about this, ladies?
I think Brienne said it best when she hashtagged the Mo Mirren.
Yeah.
I think that this is hysterical. I think this is the unpredictable moments that make the Oscars, right? This is why we tune in, so we have like little fun things to talk about. It's not the long acceptance speeches that go on and on and on and on and on. It's moments like that.
Let's talk about this. Lots of Twitter chatter about Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga's performance. My goodness, this was if she's not in love with him, I don't know what love is. That was my tweet last night. Honestly, it's in the eyes.
Yeah, but Jeremy, they're actors though. What do you want them to not have chemistry?
Is she not snapping out of the method for the role? I don't know. I love it, but what do you make of this moment? This was like such.
I thought they were gonna kiss. Honestly.
So much passion.
Everyone thought they were. Hot. I mean, it just like right when you were like, okay, that moment has to break. They kept going. They leaned closer. I was like, they're gonna French at the office.
I didn't know if they were gonna French. I think he was like, is she gonna kiss?
Is this gonna happen? Right.
And I think Irina in the audience is like, is she gonna kiss?
I wanted them to pan to her. I know that's too dramatic. And
I know.
I
wanted like picture in picture of her face for the entire performance.
Mikkel and Brienne, what did you guys make of that moment?
That moment was steaming hot. I had to cool down afterwards. It was hot. What did you think?
Yeah, we were all screaming in the war room and begging the camera to go over to Irina. I wanted to know what that face looked like.
Right.
But reportedly she was cheering and applauding and supporting it the whole way through.
Yeah.
Not giving jealous face that we think we want to see, but we don't really want to see that.
She's
we want a happy
supermodel.
family.
She's good. She's like, go ahead, honey, go get that Oscars.
Yes.
Like, hey, I'm with it. They look
Yeah.
I mean, it's acting.
It is.
right?
No, they're actors. And
Yeah.
by the way, he went and kissed Irina Shayk afterwards.
Well, he
Gaga
better.
gave her a hug.
Yeah.
Look, what did you say?
Better. Yeah.
You better kiss her.
Yeah, and like she's got to hug Gaga. Like you don't want to continue the story, otherwise we'd all be like, she didn't hug Gaga.
Yeah.
They're in love.
In all reality, I think they all know each other very well. They've been on this huge awards run together. I don't think there's really anything, but it's fun to.
It's fun.
Are you guys gonna be sad to not hear "Shallow" all the time now?
I think we'll be hearing it all the time at every karaoke bar and every American Idol audition and The Voice for years to come.
Yeah.
In
Well,
my shower.
in your shower, yeah, and everywhere else. And by the way, I don't know where Gaga goes from this moment. Does she do more movies?
She's got to go for the EGOT. That's
Right?
what I'm saying. And she could easily win a Tony,
She'll get
right?
it. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I think that's the next on our list.
Prediction.
All right.
We want to see what she's going to wear, so we'll be here to watch that.
Yes, no matter what it is.
Well, our big thanks to Zoe, Andrea, Brienne, and Mako. Thank you all for being here today, sharing your thoughts on the red carpet action.
And thank you guys for watching. We will join you back here again another time, but until then, have a good day. Cheers to the Oscars.
Cheers.
Have a great day.
Another one in the books.
Yes.